Hey, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan. So a lot of you guys have been letting me know on my live streams and in our comments here that these YouTube channels I don't watch, these anti-vegans, you know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to mention their names. But anyway, they've had these Why Quit Vegan people coming on their channels saying that eating plants, eating vegan diets have caused them to have all sorts of health issues. One guy went as far to say that he was getting seizures from eating plants, if you can believe that. Well, anyway, the BBC has gotten in on this trend, and on a recent video clip posted on their website, they interviewed this young lady who claims that eating a vegan diet was intrinsically connected to having an eating disorder. So let's take a look here and see if a vegan diet really was the cause, was somehow truly connected to being part of her eating disorder, which is kind of the message that I'm afraid that a lot of people who just watch this video casually are taking from it, that vegan diets are connected to eating disorders.
Vegan back in September 2017. Although I told everyone that it was this ethical argument and that I really wanted to save the planet and the animals, it was, I'd say, at least subconsciously part of my eating disorder.
All right, so I don't want to dissect that clip there too much. What I want to focus on is when she said she went vegan, which was in 2017. And remember, she said veganism was connected to her having an eating disorder. So I wonder exactly when she got her eating disorder.
I was diagnosed with anorexia in June 2016.
Okay, I don't get it. Why is the BBC even interviewing this person for? Because she said she was diagnosed with anorexia the year before she went vegan, yet the BBC is trying to twist this story into making it seem like veganism causes eating disorders or is part of an eating disordered way of thinking. I feel sorry for this young lady. I'm not trying to criticize her. I'm criticizing the BBC for exploiting her story and trying to twist it into something it's not. But let's continue on and see how she learned about vegan diets in the first place.
I'd watched loads of documentaries and bloggers and stuff going vegan.
Well, that's interesting timing because Anji and I just recently released a video about, is veganism a trendy diet? You know, people are going vegan because they follow someone on Instagram who went vegan. But let's just leave that aside. I just want to point that out.
I think with every dietary decision I made up until recently, it was all about weight loss. It was all about trying to be the smallest version of myself.
She said that the reason why she was attracted to veganism was to become small, to lose weight and become the smallest version of herself. So that shows you her approach to veganism. It wasn't really for the animals, like she kind of said at the beginning, or the environment. I'm not dissing her. I'm just trying to sort the truth out here. It was to get as thin as possible.
Veganism is a lifestyle. It's an ethical lifestyle. It didn't even cross my mind that it could be a problem.
Could be a problem about eating a vegan diet, a diet which excludes all animal products? Well, what's her problem exactly? Her problem was that she was anorexic and she was using her diet to hide her anorexia. I mean, that has nothing to do with veganism. It's just because she was anorexic that she was having problems. So again, I'm not sure why this story is being made.
My mental state while I was vegan was pretty horrendous.
Well, yes, I'm sure it was if you were not eating enough food. But again, that would be true on any diet.
The vegan lifestyle that I'd adopted wasn't right for me. And I was in denial about it for a long time, I think.
The vegan lifestyle that she adopted for her wasn't right for her. What does that mean exactly? I think what she's trying to say is that the way she implemented veganism wasn't the lifestyle about veganism, it was the way she did it herself by always, the whole time being vegan, being anorexic and approaching a vegan diet from an anorexic's point of view. So again, this has nothing to do with veganism.
And it wasn't until my parents kind of sat me down and were like, look, you've lost all this weight and we're worried about you. And that was what kind of made me think, perhaps this isn't the right diet for me.
I agree. An anorexic vegan diet isn't right for any person. If you needed to change your diet, you didn't need to get rid of veganism. You needed to get rid of the anorexic mindset that you had the entire time that you were vegan.
I look back at that former version of myself and I just feel sorry for her. Like, you're supposed to enjoy food and it's such a miserable existence and it's really sad.
Yes, you're supposed to enjoy food, and life should not be a miserable existence, which I'm sure it is as an anorexic. I mean, let me just show some of these hearty meals that we have here, like from Anji's book here, Keep It Carb Baby. I mean, just piles and piles of food. Nothing calorie restricting here, nothing limiting. I mean, this is healthy, whole food plants. And if you want to go out and have some like fun vegan food, some fake cheese and fake burgers and vegan pizzas and vegan ice cream, all that stuff exists as well. There is nothing limiting, nothing miserable about being vegan. As I always like to say, it doesn't suck being vegan.
I'm not saying that veganism is a negative way to eat. It's a sustainable lifestyle, but that's not necessarily one that people with eating disorders should adopt.
Why not? What's wrong with eating a plant-based diet if you're recovering from an eating disorder like anorexia? The problem is not plants, the problem is not getting enough calories, not eating enough food. So why would adding, like, say, chicken or fish or something like that enable you to eat more? Just eat more plants. There's nothing inherently calorically deficient about a vegan diet. The whole time I've been making this video, I couldn't help be reminded by the video that Anji and I did several years back about the balanced blonde, who, like this young lady here, was also eating a very restrictive vegan diet and had health problems and blamed veganism for it.
I started living in a bubble of restriction, entirely vegan, entirely plant-based, entirely gluten-free.
I would kind of embark on these 10 to 30 day juice cleanses where I was only drinking vegetable juice.
But she says her vegan diet almost killed her.
My hair was thinning and I had lost my period. It was just this whole spiral of horrible, horrible things.
So when the Balanced Blonde was not doing these 30-day juice fasts on just 800 calories a day, when she was trying to eat more real food, she was still severely calorie restricting, not getting enough food. And these health problems that arose from her vegan diet had nothing to do with eating plants. It's ridiculous. They have everything to do with starvation, not getting enough nutrients, not getting enough calories. Remember, vegan diets have nothing to do with calorie restriction. Vegan diets are all about eliminating all animal products from your diet. There's nothing in there in the definition of veganism that says, and try to eat as little as possible or try to skimp on calories. So anyway, let's get back to the BBC here, because as I said before, I really don't understand why they ran this article other than to create this sensationalistic headline about a vegan diet and it being linked to an eating disorder, anorexia. I wonder, you can leave your comment down below and answer this for me. Say this girl had, instead of a vegan diet, a ketogenic diet, and would they run the headline that ketogenic diet used to hide eating disorder? I don't think that has as grabby of a headline as trying to diss veganism, which is really popular in the media, as we've been seeing here for the past few years, anti-vegans. So anyway, leave your questions, comments down below. What do you think about this? Why do you think they ran with this story? Hit like if you like this video, share it, and until next time, like I've been saying, it doesn't suck being vegan. Eat tons of plants, guys.
You've got me spinning circles, spinning round and round, spinning till I'm dizzy, falling to the ground. You've got me spinning circles round